Hello and welcome to the Overly Animated Podcast, where we take animation seriously. We talk everything animation here, including Miraculous Ladybug, which we'll be getting into right now. I'm Dylan Hysen, and today I'm joined by Delaney Stovall.
Hey, y'all.
And April Collins.
Hello.
I could have done that whole intro in reverse, but that would have been too much
God.
work.
That was taking too much effort.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Too much. Well, I could do it in post-production. Actually, I could do it in the editing. I could reverse it there. That's easier.
Will anyone finish the podcast after that?
Maybe I'll do it. Okay.
Just post the whole podcast in reverse.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you guys figure this out. If you're listening now, you've managed to reverse the audio. Good job.
Yeah, you have managed. Good.
Okay.
Job.
Yeah, we're talking.
Here's the secret code.
We're talking Backorder here. It aired tonight on a family channel in Canada. Season 3 episode of Miraculous Ladybug. Very excited to get into this very eventful episode. We're talking all of Season 3 of Miraculous Ladybug here at the Overly Animated Podcast. Find us at overlyanimated.com. Search for Overly Animated Miraculous on iTunes, or our YouTube is youtube.com/overlyanimated. Check out our Chris Master podcast last night that came out, and we're back at it tonight because Family Channel aired another episode. And it is a big one here with Backorder. So spoilers for this and all previous episodes of Ladybug. Delaney, you just got finished watching Backorder. What are your reactions?
So when it started, I thought it was going to be oh, this is a bad noir film, and then it wasn't, which was cool. I had no idea what was going on at first, and I was like, oh my god, that's Master Fu. He's a baby. But my general thoughts on the episode were, this was a really big episode. It was a really big deal. And it also has some of the most absurd scenes. We are never going to be able to top Adrian and his dad transforming across a hallway in bathrooms. We're never going to beat that. That was the best. And then we got what I wanted, which was everyone hearing Hawkmoth's maniacal laughter in the bathroom, which is the only thing I wanted. I was like, people, please, you have to hear him in there. But my main takeaway from the episode is that the show exists only to torture my soul. Because from the very beginning, when she got one letter and put it in her purse, I was like, this is bad, isn't it? And then she gets the second letter, and I'm like, oh god. As soon as she started putting stuff in her purse, I was like, this is going to hurt me physically and emotionally. And it did! I was like, he's going to end up with the prescription. And that's what happened. But I really did enjoy the episode. I think it was amazing, and this was definitely they talked about how complicated the Lucky Charm was, and it really was, and it was incredible. And it was great because you knew what was going on, but Kat's so dumb that he didn't know what was going on. So, and then them sitting there, it was kind of like when they had to rhyme. So it was really not like that. I can't remember which episode. What's the name of that episode?
Yeah, the rhyming one. That's what we know.
The rhyming one, where they had to rhyme. And so it's nice to have to see them think really hard, kind of outwit their opponents. So it was nice that Ladybug was like, okay, we're going to do this. And the whole time Cat Noir was like, I have no idea what's going on. But I really enjoyed this episode, even though the secondhand embarrassment was
Yeah,
overwhelming.
I was thinking during that letter stuff that Delaney was not going to be pleased with.
No, I knew the whole time. I was like, no, I had to pause it, and I was like, my girlfriend's watching over my shoulder, and she'd be like, move, I can't see, and she was getting stressed during the episode. But I was like, I can't handle this letters. So I was like, this is going to go horrifically wrong.
We'll get into it. Okay, good stuff there. April, what did you think of Backorder?
So this episode was amazing. First, I freaked out so much for so many reasons. First off, my biggest freak out was because I thought Marinette didn't sign her name on the letter, and so I was like, okay. Exactly. She's done it so many times. And so I was like, okay, so this is going to halfway work out because she doesn't sign letters. So her letter to Adrian could still, in theory, work for Master Fu to Marianne.
But she didn't
finish it. And then I totally forgot about the prescription. And then we show up at the prescription place and she's like, I'm already taken, but this is really
good.
Sweet.
That was
and I was
really
like,
good.
Do you
Ladybug just comes in professing her love for this random.
First off, that lady's because I would
don't need a prescription for constipation tablets.
Maybe, unless it's a really bad case, then you do. So I understand that. Also, I appreciate that Master Fu thought he was dying. He's like, I'm dying.
And you could just hear him farting the whole time.
So I really enjoyed Backorder's design, and I like that she made everyone go backwards, but I also thought that she was probably the most dangerous villain we've ever had, because people are like going to get hit by cars and stuff, which totally almost happened, and I was like, wow, this is not okay. So
I didn't think she was that dangerous at first, and then there's the lady with the stroller, and I was like, this is bad.
And going back into the street with the car going backwards, no.
Yeah. And then when she was like, if I touch you, you'll lead me back to before you transform. And I was like, that's terrible. I didn't even think about that. I was like, that's bad.
That's really bad. This is happening. But I'm glad it didn't happen. But I'm also, Gabriel is so extra. Like,
he got up.
Stopped the train.
He stopped the train. He got in that guy's face. It was like, I'm Gabriel Agrest, and I don't feel well. Like, you told the whole train you had diarrhea, and you were like, I'm gonna go laugh maniacally in the bathroom.
Also, he's got that emergency butterfly. Like,
yeah,
I know.
We didn't know about that.
He's so ridiculous. It's like his thing glowed, and he was like, oh, and he was like, I feel this powerful. And it's like, you're ridiculous.
And we're just akumatizing old ladies.
He just has a spare one wherever he goes.
Okay. It's a good follow-up to yesterday's Hawkmoth.
He's so
He's like, I'm over kids. I'm gonna akumatize old ladies.
Yeah.
I was like, can we talk about them going to the royal wedding? Jealous.
But yeah, this episode was great, Dylan.
Okay. Thank you. I'm glad. Couldn't resist getting into Hawkmoth stuff earlier.
No, never.
I mean, come on. The biggest thing is that he transformed in a train bathroom and conducted his business all from, instead of his lair, from a train bathroom.
Talking out loud again.
Loudly. He's not quiet.
And then Adrian almost walks in on him.
Yeah, he's like, occupied.
Yeah, occupied. Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, no, this is a big contrast from Chris Master, which is like one of the most ridiculous episodes. And then this is, I feel like, one of the biggest mythology and...
Yet it's also ridiculous just because Hawkmoth is absurd. It's because the show... So, last episode was ridiculous because it was ridiculous. This episode's ridiculous in the situations the show continues to put our characters in, so it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's definitely still a lot ridiculous. It's also one of the more played straight episodes, or
it's just differently ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like this is the show's range. I think basically is Chris Master to Backorder, and I think Backorder. I was a little bit thrown off on first viewing because this letters nonsense is a little bit tough to get through.
It's physically painful.
Yes.
It's like,
it hurt me. I had to keep pausing it. I was like, I can't do this.
When you get to the first letter, you're like, okay, we're doing the swap thing. It's one of the most annoying tropes.
Yep. And that they do it with Marinette all the time because she doesn't pay attention.
Yeah, it makes sense. But we get past it, and also and we get to great things, but also it's in service. Like it makes sense doing it in the whole episode's kind of based around it. So they really lean into it and it really works. But yeah, upon second viewing, I think this is really brilliant, this episode. It is extremely thematically strong in a way in which Ladybug doesn't necessarily often pop to me. I do think they go for like tight themes a lot, but this episode is very tight thematically with themes of fate and time, and the contrast between Master Fu and Marinette, I think, is extremely strong in this episode, and we really lean into that. And just start to finish, it's brilliant. I think it might be the best episode of Ladybug. I think it's up there. Like, I was super impressed on second viewing here. I want to talk it out to get into it more, but there's a ton of really resonant things in this episode, and it really comes together in like one unit in a way, and like things start to finish relating, all the themes tying together, the characters relating together in a way that I love in terms of single episode narratives. So I was just hugely impressed here. We also get different animation style things with the manga style, and then the kawaii. That's what you call that.
Yeah,
that was your honor.
It was so cute.
Kawaii.
Yeah, and the chalkboard one before. There's a lot here. You get Marinette stuff with her friends, ridiculousness with that, and with the train, like the Hawkmoth in a different setting, it really all ties together. And of course the Lucky Charm, which I think is the best of the show. I think it really works
other
for me.
than the anime sword.
I don't know if that counts because that's like a fake
Are we not
luggage.
counting the giant anime?
Okay.
Discount the giant anime sword.
Other than the questionably counting giant anime sword, this is
Yes.
this is like usually
Thank
they're
you.
like really convoluted as lampooned in this episode by Kat, and they don't necessarily work super well for me, but this one is specifically complicated and comes together extremely well.
Were you triggered by the kite? I thought they were going to throw him again.
Oh, I was like, oh no, don't bound and gag.
I
Kat
thought you
again.
were like, oh no, we're just going to pick him up and toss him again.
Well, you can't associate Cat with a kite anymore without getting into that. Like, this is really shades of Reverser, this episode, considering this episode takes place in reverse, half of it, and then also...
Granted, she did throw him.
I'm sorry.
what is with this cat kite fetish stuff that we do?
It's so great.
Show?
I'm sorry, Cat. And he's like, what? And she just throws him.
It's too much. Okay. I'm too scarred from reverse. Okay. Anyway, like, there's so much here. Let's start with the beginning with this noir backstory that we get for the first few minutes. Cat Noir back, not actually Cat Noir, just, Master Fu and Marianne, his, love interest that we learn about in this episode. And we start with them in this black and white Noir-style with red lights flashing in the sky. They're fleeing something. They're going to England. They're in Paris, but now, and Master Fu's fleeing with the Miracle Box. Marianne wants to use the Miraculouses, and then, but Master Fu's resistant because he doesn't want to get their hands on the Miracle Box. So he leaves, and Marianne's going to stay and resist, and gives her the brooch. Then we get this whole thing with Fu not to, like, Marianne saying, tell me when you come back, which we get paralleled at the end here. But yeah, this was a lot, this scene. And, I won't influence it yet, getting into what also might be here. Delaney, what was your reaction to this scene?
So at first I was like, I have no idea what's going on. Cause I thought I was like, whatever. Cause I really thought it was just like they were watching some dumb movie. And then I was like, wait, that's Master Fu. And then like, cause I was like, he has the Miracle Box, which looks hilarious strapped to his back, but
with like a sheet.
I was like, so it's interesting to me. I think the historical parallel they're going with here, because it seems to me that they're paralleling, like, I believe this is supposed to be Nazi Germany, and like that's how I interpreted it. It was like not like the Nazis are invading Paris, and they're like, because that would make sense if she stayed, the French resistance, and then he has to flee. Because I'm just trying to think, like, unless we know there are people like Hawkmoth out there, but like, was there maybe a big movement? We know he's the last guardian, so there had to have been something that happened that led to, like, they've hinted at some kind of sort of miraculous disaster, like with him being the last guardian, because I don't think he was supposed to be a guardian. I think there was some stuff we've like hinted at before with, and I think he said before, like, it was all his fault. So stuff that had happened. So that, to me, that's what I was getting. It felt very like, oh, there's Nazis. And I think a lot of that also was like kind of just how they made it look, which that could have just been like a visual choice, but it did look like, with the red.
Yep.
But
and like the sort of like sepia tones.
Yeah. Which I was really impressed with it once I figured out that it was important and I should pay attention to it. But
yeah, at first I'm like, okay, this is some sort of in-universe old anti.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Miraculous force. No, this is the Nazis. It's definitely what's happening here. Nope. This is an interesting choice.
It really is. They're like doing Nazis, which it would make sense too that like the Nazis were like, it's very like comic book-esque. You have Hydra in the Marvel universe, which were literal Nazis. And so it makes sense that like the Nazis are like, they're bad guys, so they're always the bad guys. So it would make sense that they were like, oh, we want this mystical. It's very in line with everything. So, but no, I'm not really that shocked. Because we've done stuff before, very statically with like the pages in the book. With like when we saw the Pharaoh episode and like all the ladybugs through time, so it's interesting.
Yeah, we've heard like this is the most explicit it's been in the episodes, but I feel like we've heard from outside information that the history of our world ties in with like the miraculous stuff. So I guess this is one of our first tastes of this. But I think this works well because the show is just so France and Paris focused. So I think like tying it into this big part of Paris's history, like I think that works really well with the show.
And having someone who is associated with the Miraculous is, be a member of the French Resistance.
Yeah, I mean, that's totally what the show would do. So, yeah, it's very, it throws you off. This is like this very stupid show, and yet here are alluded to Nazis in the beginning of this episode. Shows you that we're in for something this episode. April, what did you think of the Noir opening to this?
So I initially thought that I was like, oh, look, it's like Adrian's mom whenever she was like super duper young. And then I was like, oh, wait, no, that's not his mom. So, and then it really did, like, it kind of took me a moment because I was like, oh, like, this is kind of backstory-ish. And then I was like, oh, well, we're definitely going to see that lady again. So,
definitely, yes.
We're definitely going to see her
She's
again.
Important.
So I think that I like that, because we're always speculating, like, what's the deal with Master Fu? Like, where does he come from? Where has he been? And so I guess he went to England for a little while and then came back to Paris. So that's something to learn about him. And of course, he fell in love with a lady. But like, I liked it. It was a little bit shocking just because, like, they sort of super drop you into it and then don't explain what's going on. And
it's like Nazis.
Yeah. And then there's like Nazis. And I even like wrote in my notes, I was like, is this World War II? I'm confused because they don't even say like what's going on, but then it seems like everyone's after the Miraculouses, so they know what the Miraculouses are. So was this like, I don't know, like was this part of like where he lost them? It was just really upon like second watch through, it was easier to watch because I understood how it fit into the story versus where, like, what was going on. Because when, like, the first time I was like, what is happening? Like, and so many questions were running through my head. And then afterwards I was like, okay, I know how this fits into where we're going with the rest of the episode. So I just wish we hadn't been dropped into it immediately. Like, I would have liked it as a flashback. Like, Master Fu's talking to Marinette, and then he's like, oh, like, I need you to take this to Marianne, like, and then we go into the flashback, and then we come back out of it, and then she has to go deliver the letter. I think that would have been slightly more successful to me.
But we gotta jack up the order in the show. Like, I really liked it as an opening once I realized that I should pay attention to it.
Well, see, that's the thing too, because I was just like, oh, are we watching a movie? What are we doing here? So it was confusing just to be dropped into. But again, like I said, like second time around, it made more sense and it fit better for me.
Yeah.
Well, it's like when you were like, LOL, watch this episode be super serious.
I know, I did say that.
It did happen. Yeah, I could, it's definitely jarring, the beginning to this episode. I could see the argument where it might work better in a different spot, just because the show is usually not confusing, and this episode is a little bit confusing. And it really does work better on second viewing, I feel like. So, but like, I love it so much in the beginning on second viewing, though. So I feel like it's worth it.
And the animation is just beautiful.
It is really, really,
and it's
fantastic.
very in the contrast, like with what we normally watch, because Ladybug's such a bright show.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we go right into Paris, and that leads to, I guess, we can talk thematically first with this before jumping into it too much. But yeah, this parallel between Master Fu and Marinette in the episode, because we get the information here of what we've suspected for a while, that Master Fu has Marinette in mind for taking over the Guardian of the Miraculous position. Yeah. Definitely we've hit on this a few times in the podcast, and this is not just a thing that's like slipped in there. It's something that is completely worked into the framework of the episode in terms of showing the two of them their romantic angst, and
she's been the one handing out the Miraculouses. Not in this episode, but Marinette, like, yes. Master Fu's had her previously, like, she's been getting this team together. So that's I feel like that's probably where we're going to in the season 3 finale, which, please don't kill Master Fu.
Oh no. Yeah, maybe he'll just get to go live with Marianne happily ever after.
That works.
Yeah. This episode portends big things from the season 3 finale. That being said, we thought that about the season 2 finale, but I feel like really foreshadowed our Master Fu dying and also Hawkmoth being defeated. I think that we've explicitly referenced what happens when Hawkmoth is defeated a few times now in recent episodes, and here we talk about that again. So I feel like if you're going to talk about Hawkmoth being defeated so much, at the end they're like, Marianne needs to go into hiding until Hawkmoth is defeated.
Which means, like, because they could drag the show out forever.
Yeah.
And, he can be the big bad, but, it's kind of like Megatron and the Transformers. Like, you never defeat Megatron. But this idea, there's going to be a time after.
Yeah. It's possible it's the end of the season is the end of, because they wrote seasons 2 and 3 together. It's possible this is the big finale to Hawkmoth, and
especially since we have set up Myra, and who knows what other big bad.
Right, and
or whatever comes with her.
He needs to make his wish, and I don't know. I mean, I don't want to get.
He's singularly motivated. Yeah. Like, he's not evil to be evil. Like, he has a goal.
Right, we built it up so much.
If he achieves his goal, he's done.
Right, so that could I don't want to build it up too much, because the show, we like watching the show on its own without having these lofty expectations. Well, I don't think it's particularly lofty to expect a little bit of story, but to come in the future. But
they do give it to us piecemeal.
Very piecemeal. This is one of their. I think this is their most successful piecemeal narrative thing that they've shown so far. Like, this really is just like, they're not going to follow up on this, right? This is just an episodic episode, and yet it's extremely successful in the context of the mythology of the show. Feels like we're advancing the narrative. Feels like we're going somewhere. Thematically ties in everything. Like, this is definitely their. At least one of their most ambitious attempts. I think their best attempt at what we've been trying to do with the narrative of the show. Certainly, like, we could shift to serialized and we could do more things like this more often. But I think, like, they've also shown that they can be capable of doing it episodically, like this episode. Certainly this is very exciting in terms of things to come, but also just getting into here, like, it's a good point that we've gotten Marinette handing out Miraculouses, so we've already paralleled her and Master Fu, and this episode's all about the two of the parallel. We go from the Master Fu backstory into Marinette and friends, and we contrast their romantic angst, and at the end Tiki's like, when's the right time for you, if it's not the right time for
Tiki dragged Marinette.
I think we have new Tiki here. I think she's just.
I like new Tiki.
She's just sassy and troll now.
She's so sassy.
That's all
she's been hanging out with Flag a little too much, and that's okay.
It's been too much. We're fine with it, but everything, I think, with the two of them getting their letters confused, and Marinette's her letter and how it affects Marianne, and then getting the letter right. I don't know. I'm just really into the parallels we've gotten between the two of them here, I wonder how soon we're gonna pay this off. I wonder if this is gonna be more of a through line for the series. But I certainly think it was fantastic in this episode. And
I feel like it'd be difficult to be Ladybug and the Guardian.
Yeah.
Right. Would she have to give up Ladybug? That's a good point.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
because to me it makes sense. Like, yeah, she has a Kwame, but to me the idea would be, well, I don't know. That makes sense. Like, he's like,
he has ways, but he's not like he goes out his ways.
Right. Yeah. Granted, he's also old, so he's probably like, nah.
I think the show would not have.
He's like, I need
Marinette
a
stopping
companion.
Ladybug, but
like, that's something to consider. Would be like, is this an in game thing? Because she retires as Ladybug and she chooses the next Ladybug.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep, that could be a phase 2 of Ladybug type thing, season 8 or something.
Season 9. Come on now.
So far, we don't know if we're getting past season 5, but the fact that we know that there'll at least be 4 and 5 to come is and we knew that a while ago. Okay, let's keep going through the episode, then we can touch on more stuff as we go. Marinette and her friend group, we get more of that there. She called them in.
They're just so over her.
I just love that they're all like on the couch, like, I'm so tired. Why are we here?
She called them in at like 9 a.m. on Saturday.
That's early.
And all he is like, why?
All of them are very sleepy except for Rose. She's into it. And
Rose was making the best face the whole time.
Rose is so innocent and sweet. I love her.
She's just so excited about this.
I just love that she has the whole gang. It's so great.
Yeah. I'm really glad we're continuing that. That was a fantastic part of season 2. They're great here too. Adrian and Gabriel were invited to the royal wedding in England.
All right.
Yeah, and
but so was Kagami.
So is Kagami and Kagami's mom. Yeah, who we see more of in this episode, and she seems.
Was that her mom or her grandma?
I think it was her mom.
I think. We saw her one in like the car, I think, in Kagami's intro episode, and she seems blind here, which I think.
Yes, she's definitely blind. There's no sign.
Yeah, seemed pretty apparent from like the 2 seconds we saw. But it's probably an akumatization victim, considering we're ramping up her screen time.
I hope we akumatize her next.
Next episode.
Yes.
Oh God.
Okay.
Stormy weather.
Stormy weather. I'm pretty sure that'll be Kagami. Yeah, I think so.
Kagami's mom.
Yeah, I think that'll be stormy weather too. I think you're onto something. But Marinette's worried because Adrian and Kagami will be spending the entire weekend together.
And they're gonna dance. They're gonna fall in love.
Yeah, we get this chalkboard style animation. Marinette's fears about Adrian and Kagami, and then it switches to Rose's fantasy about Marinette will become the star Adelaine.
Rose is so great. And then Alex is
Alex, and Alex comes in and shoots down her fantasy, and that's all animated. And
then Julica.
Julica says, "Why don't you just kidnap Kagami?" That's
cool.
So good. And then after that, like, what is it? Ollie is like, "Why don't you just tell him how you feel?" And Marinette goes, "I like Julica's idea better."
I just love how Julica is so quiet when she says it that everyone's like, "That's a terrible idea, Julica." It's so funny.
Can you just kidnap Kagami?
It's so good.
Good job, Julica. That's
that is an actual thing they would do. Good job.
Yeah. I can see them now, like getting like the stockings for over the heads and everything.
Also, I know how they are. I was like, "Oh God, they're gonna kidnap her."
Oh no, you thought it at you're Julica apparently.
I was like, they're gonna kidnap her. This is what's gonna happen.
Actually, I was really hoping we were gonna see that too.
Okay, that's a future episode. And we kidnap Kagami and indoctrinate her into the friend group. How about that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But Marinette sees Waze and rushes everyone out. And
bye.
Yep. Bye. Waze phases through the window. I don't remember if they. I guess they do.
Yeah, that was magical.
And they do that? I don't remember.
Yeah. I assume Tiki's done that at some point. Yeah, but then Master Fu's in trouble. We're discussing, is it serious? It's like the time he lost his keys and locked himself out of the house. Tiki says it's about time Fu learned how to write and send texts. Okay, Tiki.
That was the weirdest way
to say
to phrase that.
Yeah.
Also, Tiki, can you send a text?
Yeah, wait, Tiki, I don't see you texting all the time, texting Plog all the time. I mean, come on. Maybe they probably mentally text or something magical. But yeah, that's Tiki. Tiki's suddenly
text them.
That's true. It's a way Waze need to come over here. That's
true. When you talk about the close up they do later on her her phone when she's Ladybug, it has Wi-Fi and 4 bars.
Yeah. But not 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also a magical TARDIS yo-yo that can store infinite things inside it.
So her backpack becomes her purse becomes the yo-yo whenever she transforms.
I guess that's how it
or
worked.
Everything on her person just
goes inside the bag.
I think probably everything on her goes into the yo-yo.
Her clothes are nicely folded.
Yeah, that's I feel like she's wearing clothes and wears the Tiki over the clothes, but that's a good theory. But yeah, it's the yo-yo really a lot of close-ups.
I know she's literally wearing Tiki, but can we not say that?
I know, right? It was disturbing as I said.
I know. I had to take a moment.
No, never forget, she's literally wearing Tiki on. No, okay. Tiki apparently is an expert texter, so there you go. And but that's a plot point because that reminds that inspires Marinette to write this letter to Adrian. She goes onto the train and starts writing. Boys suck. The ones teasing her. Yeah.
Those guys teasing her. You leave her alone.
I don't know really what the point of that was, honestly.
To make her insecure. And
also, she literally should have just transformed and beat them all up.
Right there.
I would say that's a bad use of being Ladybug, but she also has a bad use of being Ladybug.
We need this. There's there's a Wonder Woman comic where this girl is getting teased by all the guys, and so Wonder Woman teaches her how to fight with a stick, and then she sends her off so she can fight all the boys. That's what we need in Ladybug.
That would be good here, yeah.
I think that would be appropriate.
She gives small yo-yos, and they just beat the crap out of all these boys.
Gives them all yo-yos. Okay. That's a sentence. Okay, so the more important thing, she's writing this love letter, though, to Adrian. We get this manga backdrop. Does she start the letter with Dearest You?
Yes.
Is that what she said?
Which is the other reason why I was like, oh, she's going to forget to sign this. because like if it had said like
It was
Adrian
ambiguous,
immediately,
yeah.
then Marianne would have been like, "Oh, I don't think this is for me." Instead of getting her, Marinette, you ruined this. Way to cause another acclimatization.
Also, unlike Marinette, do you know how to write a letter?
Yeah, so what do we think of Marinette's letter here?
I thought it was beautiful.
Oh,
God.
you did? You were into it?
Yeah.
Okay. Delaney?
No.
Oh, you're out. You're out. Okay. Look at all the fanfics of Marinette writing Adrian a love letter. I feel like this is not what we had in mind.
No.
No.
Well, the thing is, like, the fanfics don't remember that they're 14.
Right, yeah. This is her attempt at being, like, serious
Mature.
and adult, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
writing
and
the
so
letter,
it sounds like a 14-year-old wrote it because she's a literal child.
Yeah, I think it makes sense for Marinette writing it. It's a very dramatic and it plays into the misreading, I guess, that Marianne has to have later.
Also, she would have just gotten to the point. Marianne wouldn't.
Yeah, and
None of this would have happened.
yeah, Marinette.
Just said, "My dearest Adrian, none
love
of this
you.
would have happened.
Period.
I
Yeah.
love you.
Yep, this is all a parable of.
I
Marinette
hope you
needs
have a great time at the wedding."
Take me as your +1 to the wedding. Yeah. Oh, where's the fanfic about that? But yeah, she does say I love you though. In it.
Yes.
But it's
Yeah.
like at the end, and we get the manga shots of Adrian reading the letter. Then Marinette sees him come off the train, and then their faces are leaning in to kiss. So I thought that was all great. Great.
She's gonna get a complex. She's never gonna tell him.
Yeah.
Oh, we're just starting to get worried about that.
Fair.
Season
Are
3.
we?
This is I'm gonna tell him episode though, so yeah, appropriate. Okay, so we go to
How many of those episodes have we had? Several.
I blocked them out. This is okay. We went to Master Fu's place, and
He's dying.
Is Grandpa okay?
Is
So-
Grandpa
Grandpa
okay? That was
okay?
so great. Master Fu, is Grandpa okay?
Yeah. The prescription from the doctor, Mr. Chan, you can never be too careful. At first, I thought that Master Fu was the pseudonym, and he was really Mr. Chan, but I think it's supposed to be the opposite. I think.
Yeah, I think me too.
Yeah.
I was also like, what?
Yeah, so like he's really his Master Fu. So Hawkmoth does know his real name, but he's just going by a fake name in
Fake
Paris.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Master Fu wants Marinette to be the new guardian if something happens to him. He is 186 years old.
Wait, also, isn't he Adrian's Chinese tutor?
Yes.
Yeah,
He
we didn't
was.
really follow up on that.
My girlfriend is so shocked. Right now.
That briefly happens.
She's like, what? She just looked at me and her mouth dropped.
That's how Hawkmoth is gonna find, or Gabriel's gonna figure this out. He's gonna be like,
Well, we thought
Adrian,
so,
what
but-
was that one Chinese tutor that you had that one day on the off chance? And Adrian's gonna be like,
did he give the name? Oh, did he give the Mr. Chan name then? That's a
Yeah.
good point. Oh, we
Mhm.
should go back and look for that. Yeah, we're not more thrown off by Master Fu being 186 years old. We did know
no,
this.
Yeah, we already-
we knew he was old. So
I don't remember if it's been said in an episode.
Can we be
but-
fair when we say he's old? Like, this is like next level old. Like,
Yeah, he just
like we're
apparently.
not supposed to be this old.
well, yeah, no.
I mean, like it's unclear if he's just old or if it's magic. I read on the Wikia that it's not because of magic powers that he's old. He's just
How are
old.
you 186?
Yeah. So then, how is he
I don't
still
believe that.
alive?
I think this episode kind of contradicts that. So well, maybe I'll remember if I get to it. But yeah, I got the
Maybe,
impression.
like, when you wear a miraculous, it like freezes your body in time, and so that's why he keeps weighs on him.
Well,
So
what is
he's-
the brooch that he gives Marianne? That's not followed up on. Is it a magic brooch or is this
That's
just
what I was
some...
trying to figure out because when
Yeah, how old
because
is Marianne?
Yeah.
At first, when he handed it to her, I was like, "Is that a miraculous?" Because like
Yeah.
we've seen what we think we've seen. We think we've seen all the miraculouses, and I was like, "What is that?" And then she was still wearing it, and I'm like, "Is that not a miraculous?
What
Yep,
is it?
doesn't seem like it's a
Is
miraculous.
it just something that was just on the miraculous box?"
It
He
must
just
be
put
magical
on
in some way, right? Like maybe it's a immortal pit and brooch, right? Like
Right.
is that what's keeping them alive? I feel like that's
Well,
something
I
I
do
definitely
think
thought
That's all
about.
Hawkmoth
well-
needs then.
Well, theoretically,
Pin the brooch to the dead wife. Is that
oh
how
yes, that's terrible. Theoretically, he could still like if it's a slow aging process, she might not be as old as he is.
Yes, and it's possible. And in the flashback, it looked like he was already a little bit old, and she might have been younger, so he might be older than her anyway. Like she might only be 150 or something. But
that 30-year difference is really big. So then appropriately.
Also, he's like, I'm 186. She doesn't know that. I'm like, this isn't normal. So
also,
like,
why
what?
is she
oh, that was why. That was why I thought it was magical. Because yeah, he hides it from the doctor. So if people in their world were just super old. Like, clearly this is an alternate version of Earth that has weird things happening. So maybe people just lived to 186. But if that was true, he wouldn't hide it from her. So I feel like it is a magical thing. But it's not clear. I do think the brooch
granted, if it's on the wiki, like, they don't know.
It was sourced to
some... I could go and
change
that.
Yeah, no, it's sourced to some Thomas. I mean, Thomas could be lying, but who knows?
I can still go change it. Who's going to call me out on it?
You should go change it now. But
yeah,
no,
don't
mess with the wiki. The Ladybug wiki is fantastic. I read it for the podcast, so sometimes it's wrong, but a lot of times it's great. So it's
I just add this could be wrong.
This could citation needed. Yeah, they had to have it.
Citation overly animated podcast.
Yeah, exactly. There will be a future episode where Marinette goes to the Eiffel Tower to look for the villain, and they're not there, and she's shocked. Citation.
Also, important note: in the first 2 seconds of the episode, in our super cool Nazi noir scene, we get the Eiffel Tower, and I was
because
like, "Wow!"
We need to identify that it's Paris. Yeah,
wow,
we're still in Paris.
Whoa,
that's the type of thing that like shows in the US do to identify that it's Paris. Just always show the Eiffel Tower. But this show is a very French show,
it's
and yet
set in Paris.
we still always show the Eiffel Tower.
Look, we don't want to be in any other
American
French city.
About this show, like it's a French-Korean fusion show. Yet they're like, our stupid Americans. Remember, we're in Paris.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to be global here. I mean, I think ZAG is like American offices. I don't know how it works, but we have to remind everyone around the world that it's Paris. I guess that's why.
Yeah, don't forget.
We're just memeing with the Eiffel Tower, but yeah, don't forget that was in the intro. I think there's a shot of it again in the episodes later.
Yeah, they didn't go to it today.
They didn't go there, but we showed it, and it was in the background. They were like, they were
at that park. They're always
they're in a park next to it. Yeah, so we saw
park
it in the background.
where you can see it. Like, it's like
yeah, it seems like a great park. Everything.
Someone in the comments tell us whatever French name that park is. It's probably like Eiffel Tower Park. But
I don't think it's Eiffel Tower.
I don't know. No, if I ever go to Paris, I'm gonna be like, oh my god, it's like Miraculous Ladybug.
Yeah, exactly. We have to
We're gonna find the bakery.
Yeah, that's gonna be my stupid. Like, I'm gonna be like, oh, my girlfriend's gonna be like macarons, and I'm gonna be like, oh my god, it's Ladybug.
Ladybug. Delaney, if you have to take the Ladybug tour of Paris. It consists of such locations as the Eiffel Tower, the Eiffel Tower,
and the Louvre,
the Eiffel Tower, and maybe the Louvre also. But
and the Louvre. No, I'm gonna, guys, don't worry. I'm gonna do YouTube videos from Paris, and I'll be like, guys, I'm doing the Ladybug tour of Paris, which means I have to see the Eiffel Tower every day.
Every day, yeah, absolutely.
Several times a day.
Because I have to go at night.
Yes.
To see all the angles. Yeah, you have to go at Christmas to see the star on top
don't
of it.
worry.
Yeah.
And all the lights.
All the lights, yeah. Okay, we're after. So Master Fu tells Marinette to give the letter to the woman he's always loved but never told, and it inspires Marinette to also give Adrian the letter. So she transforms into Ladybug to do all three deliveries that she has to make. So this is irresponsible use of Ladybug by Marinette, right? Are we on her case about this, or are we okay with this?
You know what? I'm okay with it simply because there was hope that she was actually going to reveal her feelings to Adrian.
Also, 2 of the things she was doing was like kind of important.
Yeah.
The one that didn't involve her confessing her feelings.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's probably true in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, she gives Adrian the letter before he goes on the train, and she says, "After all this time, why did I wait so long? It was so easy."
And then I'm just like dying the whole time.
Yeah,
that line was meant to troll Delaney.
Yeah, it really was.
It would troll everyone. I really thought this was gonna happen. I was so.
Did you really?
No, I knew. I was
as soon as it happened, I was like, he's getting the prescription.
This isn't going to happen.
Like, it wasn't even like I was like, they're going to get mixed up. I knew exactly who was getting what. I was like, he's getting the prescription.
I feel like that part was a little up in the air, at least. But right when we introduced a second letter,
Adrian
it's
was
like
getting the prescription.
Yeah, well, Adrian, that was.
Here was my other like my hopeful scenario in my head was that he was gonna get the letter to Mary Ann, and it was gonna talk about like miraculous stuff, and then he was gonna be like, "What? Like,
identity reveal? Wow,
yeah. See, look,
That would have been good.
A step further, I was like, if we're not gonna get like the confession of love, we're gonna get an identity reveal, and it's gonna be great.
Well.
Nope.
We're never getting an identity reveal. That's fine.
No, never.
Okay, but actually, I will say I did when they stopped the train. I thought maybe near the end of the episode she was going to be able to do a switch because I'm stupid.
Oh, I thought that too. It's okay.
Hilarious.
We could be stupid together.
This stupid show. Like I'm like, why do you make me believe these things that I know will never happen?
Why are you such a troll? Why do I still watch you?
Why do I fall for it every time?
That is you've described the Ladybug viewing experience for all of us.
Is it the appeal? I don't know.
Yes? Question mark?
Do I like being trolled every week? I don't know.
Okay.
Twice a week. What are you talking about?
Well, it's like 3 times this week, but
but then never again after for several months probably. Okay, so this because of the schedule. We meet Marianne Lenore. I mean, again in the present, and she is sitting with Mr. Ramir. Did we miss him?
Guy.
The pigeon guy from episode 1.
I did not miss.
I forgot who he was until he was feeding pigeons.
He's so sweet, though. Why didn't we miss the pigeon guy?
Oh.
But we had to have some excuse for him to, like, exist, so.
We referenced him last episode, and here he is.
Yeah. We did. It was like, oh my god, look, it's Pigeon Man.
He was shipping it.
We had to
he was super shipping it. And then, like, he starts crying. Oh, so good. Oh.
Yeah, he realized the truth at the end, tried to tell her, but it was too late. Rip.
Nope, she was already upset.
Yeah. Marinette gives her the letter. Marinette goes to the pharmacist and gives Master Fu's letter, and the pharmacist is like, "Oh, I'm flattered, but I'm taken." And also, my name's not Marion. Delaney is what? Was this gay? Is that
was this gay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with no.
What? No.
Okay. Well, I guess if she. Okay. Yeah, I guess
she said she was flattered.
Yeah,
but like she's also like a child. So
right, that was the weird part.
Everyone knows she's a kid, right? I don't know if that's established.
Maybe it was like an old teenager.
Also, how many times has that pharmacist interacted with Ladybug for her to like fully believe that Ladybug could be in love with her?
Yeah, she was not fazed by Ladybug coming into
at all.
Pinned in a prescription.
Which, to be fair, if I lived in Paris, I would not be shocked when any of this happened.
Yeah. I mean, it happens, all the time.
It happens literally every day, so I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, but she was flattered. I think that was the most notable thing.
I mean, who wouldn't be flattered if Ladybug confessed their love for them?
Yeah, I guess everyone, as 2 episodes ago, everyone loves Ladybug.
It's
everyone
true.
Loves Marinette,
yeah.
So we know that, yeah. Marion reads Marinette's letter, and she thinks Master Fu doesn't love her anymore, because it's such a bad letter. Rip.
It was a really bad letter.
Oh.
Wow, Marinette, so sad. Okay, here we go. You ready? Gabriel.
Yep.
He gets a notification. He gets a ping. He gets a push notification on his brooch.
Does it like shock him?
What?
Glows? Shock him, yeah.
Yeah, why don't other people notice that his brooch is lighting up?
Does it just get warm? Who knows?
Yeah,
it's a psychic connection to the brooch.
God. He's so
unclear.
annoying.
Where does he? What's the name of Nuru? Where does Nuru hang out? In his pocket?
I don't know. It's a good point. Okay. Anyway, he's
probably like tied to his ankle with like a chain because he's enslaved.
So unfortunately. So why does Hawkmoth have to respond to this one?
Like immediately,
he felt it. It was so powerful. He said that.
I guess. So I guess he can feel it immediately when it lights up.
Just let it go. Like how many?
Just let it go, Hawkmoth. The last 10 times you've akumatized the baby, it's been unsuccessful. Why can't you just let this one go?
Have you met him? He can't let it go.
He can't because he has to stop the entire train very dramatically and lock himself in the bathroom in order.
I like how that was like his solution.
Is to lock himself into the bathroom.
Can you just get off the train?
Right.
It was stopped. It was stopped.
He could just be like, I forgot something at home. Stop the train.
He's like, stop the train. I'm gonna be in the bathroom the entire time.
The train could still go while he's in the bathroom.
I guess he just got the Akuma there in the nick of time before Pigeon Dude told her the truth. So it was urgent. But yeah, this is clearly the best part of the episode.
Much like going to the bathroom is urgent.
Yes. He urgently had to go.
Also, this was a super smart train. It was like touch screen.
Yeah.
It was
I still don't understand why he couldn't do it on the moving train. Is there like a range frequency?
Probably.
Were
they taking the channel?
Oh. Does he lose
he'd lose signal. Yeah, I think so.
Because this is my thought. I was like, they got on a train. I'm like, they're going to England. There's like an ocean there. So I was like, they had to be taking the channel.
Is there a tunnel?
Yeah, no, it's called the Channel. It's the English Channel Tunnel. So there's a subway between.
I think he would lose signal. I think we cracked it.
Okay.
But yeah, so this
also,
is clear.
Why was he taking an emergency butterfly to England?
Okay, this is new information that he has a butterfly in his staff. We didn't know this. Is it just is it always, do all the butterflies come from the staff so he can just manifest them whenever he wants?
I think he does, because I think I remember the first time he does it and they all come out, maybe.
I guess so, but yeah, he's just keeping a bunch of live butterflies, and I thought they were just in the tower.
To be fair, they're magic butterflies.
Yeah. I guess, to be fair.
I am not worried about the humane treatment of the butterflies. I am worried about the humane treatment of Nuru.
I'm worried about both of them. I mean,
I'm worried about them both,
The
too.
butterflies are valid.
But I don't think the butterflies, I don't think they exist, I
think we should get into the moral and ethical debate of these butterflies. I think they're sentient, Delaney, and...
Shut up.
Yeah. They just fly away. Does he control them?
Annoying.
He controls them when they're like Akumas, but...
How is this the most exhausting?
And why don't those butterflies all just leave?
Yeah, they just need to form a coalition and just leave.
Do they go back to Hawkmoth after Marinette devilizes them? That's a good point.
Question. I was wondering about that.
Okay, we could... No, we haven't talked about the fact this is the first time we see Hawkmoth operate outside of his tower.
And it's a bathroom.
It's a train bathroom. So we see him for the first time leave in the season 2 finale and go onto the Eiffel Tower. But here he is fully conducting all of he's on the go, and he has his entire mobile office.
He's in the bathroom. It's like, let's go.
Yeah.
Apparently, what's the purpose of being in his lair? He can just stand in a confined space.
Yeah, what does it matter? Why has he confined himself this year?
I think he feels more evil in his lair, and he enjoys
I think that's what he just likes being extra.
He likes a flair for the dramatic.
We've established that at this point. Yes.
He checked out a book Becoming a Villain for Dummies, and they're you have to have an evil lair, and he's like, I have to have an evil lair.
Also, to be fair, he literally never leaves the house.
He's just a shut-in, so that's why he stays
He's
there.
literally, I don't even think he's a shut-in, I think he's literally a hermit.
He's antisocial.
Yeah. Well, he left here, he went on the road trip, and we had a whole scene about the fact that he was uncomfortable in the outside world, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And, so the
this
butterfly...
This is character development. He got in a bathroom and on a train and was like, I'm gonna be in here, right? I mean, this is a big deal.
Okay, seriously, I think Gabriel has anxiety. I think that
really?
Yeah. No, but I think this is a big thing with this. I feel bad for our Gabriel, and I
feel minutely bad for him.
Hey,
right?
How dare
I have anxiety, but I'm not a megalomaniac.
I was gonna say, I have anxiety and I still go to work every day. So
same.
He goes to work in his evil lair. Okay,
get a nice prescription. It's fine.
Yeah. Here, I can recommend a few to him. I'm like, listen, let me give you my therapist, Hawkmoth.
Yeah, would all of Ladybug be solved if Hawkmoth just saw a therapist?
Yes. Probably. He could handle his grief in a appropriate fashion.
Yeah, if him and Adrian just went to grief counseling, I think this would
that basically is the point of the show. Yeah, that's true.
I think everything would be fine.
Miraculous Ladybug, watch a man who can't deal with his grief of his wife passing torture 2 children in Paris. Yay!
And a bunch of babies.
That's it. That's the whole show.
That is the show. Okay.
And it's not even 2 children, and he just harasses literally all of the children in Paris.
Yes. He does.
And old ladies.
Yes, old ladies and children.
Yes. Okay. So the Kuma flies out of the train. No one notices.
Right. Also,
he transforms and the light glows under the bathroom.
Yeah. And he's talking very loudly to himself.
Why does it do here? Okay. We got to keep going. So back order sends people back in time.
Terrible name, by the way.
I mean, we'll see what it is. It may in French. But,
it's probably better in French, but they usually, the names in general are not that great.
backward. I don't know. I think this is at first it's like, okay, this is like, okay, she said this is like shtick. She sends things back in time, yada yada. But I actually think it's like incredibly creatively presented in the episode.
It definitely was. I wasn't like where she sends people back in time and like the cracks on her face heal. Like it was really interesting, all of it.
Yeah, the cracks on the face, is that because she's like de-aging? Is that what that's
well
for?
To me, what I understood it was kind of like to me how it was explained was she was talking about how she was getting stronger. So to me, I kind of took it as kind of like a broken clock, and she was like fixing, like if she was just gaining more power.
Yeah, she does say she's getting stronger. That could go hand in hand with de-aging. I don't know. Like maybe it's interesting that they don't really get into that too much. But she just taps stuff with her cane, whatever it is, staff, and
right.
And
which I was curious when they were like, because he was like, "You'll steal others' time." I was like, "Is she gonna kill people?" And then
I think she taps things and then she gets uncracked or less old or whatever.
Maybe she was trying to collect enough time so that she could go back in time herself.
Well, I think actually it may be like, it seemed maybe if the more people she tapped, the longer she could send them back, which is how she would be able to touch.
Oh, that's
like,
interesting.
Ladybug.
Oh,
I don't know if I got that too much from the episode, but
I don't know.
That could be
to me, to me, it didn't occur to me that I thought they would only go back a few seconds.
That's true, but we'd have to send Marinette back a fair ways in order to
exactly.
transform. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I'll buy that.
When she said that, I was like, "Oh, that's bad."
It
didn't occur to me that that's what they were doing.
I think that's a really clever use of this power. Yeah, I think there's a few of them. But by the way, we cut in to say that Adrian transformed in the stall next to his dad, as we said.
That
was too good. Yeah.
And Marinette says, if my love letter caused this kind of reaction, it's probably a good thing Adrian didn't read it.
Yeah, instead he was like, "Wow, you're really, like, you got some diarrhea."
But he was so sweet about it.
He was very sweet.
Do we like Cat moonwalking?
Yes, that was good.
And then he saying the sentence backwards.
Right,
that
he's
was
so
pretty
annoying.
Good too.
that was really good. That was probably my favorite gag. I was like, "You're so dumb."
He's very annoying. It's great. Backorder tells Hawkmoth she knows the Guardian.
It was like, "Jeez."
Yeah, just giving it up, lady.
Yeah. Miss Master Fu, she says the name.
And he's like, "They're in Paris." I'm like, "Didn't you already know this?"
Yeah, we were already aware of this.
Yeah, this is a big consequence of kumatizing people who know things. So now we know this.
Darn it, can people not get upset ever?
So if we were to kumatize Master Fu or Marinette or Adrian, right? That's bad.
If you akumatize Adrian, it's bad, but Adrian also doesn't know anything.
He
knows he's Cat.
That's actually true. Adrian knows literally nothing.
Yeah, he doesn't know anything because he doesn't. I don't even think he knows who Master Fu is.
He doesn't know. He doesn't.
No, he
doesn't. Wait, he was there once, wasn't he?
He does know Master Fu because Master Fu was the one who gave him the cheeses.
Oh, you're right.
But does he know? But he doesn't know that much, right? Or
no,
I don't know.
He doesn't. I don't think. He knows
I guess he knows. I think he was in the apartment. I think he might have seen. Okay, so that might be an issue. So Marinette, obviously, that'd be a problem already.
Well, I was so stressed when I thought she was going to get akumatized, and then of course I was like, "This is going to be insane." And then of course she was like, "I'm chill," and I'm like, "This isn't going to go well."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Lila, I hate her anyway.
Okay. No, don't bring Lila into this. So he's been hiding under a false name for a long time. Hawkmoth says, "What a delightful twist of fate."
He's so annoying.
It was good thematically, though. But if just have Hawkmoth say the episode's themes, I like that. Backward touches Marinette should be led back to Fu. Cat, as she says he'll be her bodyguard. And that was cute. And fighting.
Was cute, I agree.
Yeah.
Then they're fighting backwarder with reversing things. It was
that was really cool.
I thought it was a very good fight sequence. And then we are with the.
She hits him with the pole.
Yeah.
Yeah, where a thing falls, she puts it back, and it's and then they come to the decision.
Also, I know they're really powerful, and we've destroyed the Eiffel Tower a bunch of times, but I was really stunned when Ladybug was like, "I'm just gonna yo-yo this monument," and it just broke, and I was like, "What?"
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I guess she understands it'll all get put back together.
Yeah, well, she can just send everything.
Well, it wasn't so much that; it was the ability to do that.
Yeah, it's and then that was a lot, but yeah, we're going all around Paris outside here, destroying things. It's fun, but then we get to the lucky charm for the pipe, and Marinette says that it's the most complicated one ever.
then Cat Noir is like, I was just thinking we should fix, like, shut up.
Yeah. We get the pipe, kite string, triggered by the kite.
Yeah, Dylan was like, oh god.
Oh no. Cataclysm backwards, we say that.
That was good.
The timer on the yo-yo. And
this
then...
is at the point in the episode when my girlfriend was like, move. She's like, I need to see what happens. And of course, Cat's like, I don't understand. Dummy.
Dummy.
So, he's so dumb.
Okay, so she throws Cat onto, sacrifices Cat.
Sorry. What are you sorry for?
Starts the 45-second timer on her yo-yo.
This is the best.
And then it's basically luring her back to the cat reverse thing that she just did. It's really good, and I looked at it, and it is in real time, these 45 seconds.
Ooh, that's really? That's so good.
I love when shows do this. Ruby did this season, in one character had a clock and started 60 seconds, and it was a real fight and time fight in 60 seconds, and it's really powerful when you do this, because we play with time so much in these types of shows. I love this being exactly 45
Every time
seconds
you talk
here.
about it, I'm like, I need to get caught up on Ruby. But then
that was the best Ruby scene ever. So, but there's but we have Ladybug here. Yeah. So I love this trope that we did. Yeah, exactly. 45 seconds, and it's very convoluted. I think Thomas said on Twitter he had to demonstrate it by walking it out in the studio, they choreographed the whole thing. I think this is we've done a lot of convoluted Lucky Charms. I think this is definitely the most successful crazy one we've done, just because it's inventive. It is clear to the audience what the concept is of what's happening. I think it plays out visually really well, and we also do this real time 45-second thing. So I think overall, I would say it's my favorite Lucky Charm.
Well, for such a complicated villain, it was very straightforward.
Yeah, it's an easy to understand concept. That's a lot of these Lucky Charms, what happens?
Because generally it's just some weird way of knocking something out of their hand.
It's just a Rube Goldberg machine. Most Lucky Charms, yeah. But this is a real interesting concept that we're doing, and it's impressive that Marinette executes on this, and I think it comes across really well in the episode. Cat's confused. We girls are mysterious that way.
True.
Cats are mysterious too. I don't love the girls are mysterious line. There's a little bit of a theme involving guys like this, girls like this. I think it's supposed to tie into the romance stuff. I think it's fine because we followed up with cats are mysterious.
Well, I don't like it in that. It's it's girls are mysterious and men will never understand them. It's no, it's if you pay attention for 2 minutes.
Yeah, well, the episode is on is on the side of Marinette here, because we understand what's happening.
Yes,
yes.
Granted, but when he was cats are mysterious, that was funny.
Yeah, so I think
that was a good way for him to get out of there.
So it's fine.
Also, what was he gonna do if the train was gone?
Oops.
Bye.
Yeah, so he has to leave. To get to the train. Marinette could have pieced that together. Did not.
No.
Marinette gives Marianne the real letter. I can't do anything to change the past, but I hope this letter will change your future. This is a big theme line for the episode, because we're about fate and sending things into the past, wanting to go back in time, but we have control of our own fates in the future and stuff like that. A lot of very on the nose theme lines, but I think that in Ladybug episodes are very busy, so I think it's a good thing sometimes to state things clearly. And I love this line from Marinette to Marianne here. Hawkmoth back in the bathroom. He says that he has more information to track the Guardian down now. No one in Paris goes by Master Fu. He wants him to decipher the spell book, which I kind of forgot about.
He said it and I was like, what the heck is the spell book?
Only in a few episodes, but yeah, that's a big thing. He wants to get, and he could maybe get his hands on every miraculous known on Earth.
Oh. And it's also you don't even care about them. You literally just want these two.
Yeah, he just wants those two. Yeah, I don't know what he'd do with the other ones.
Don't you just get your wish and you're done?
Yeah, he just wants his wish. I guess having the other ones doesn't hurt. Then Adrian and Gabriel, they come out of the bathroom at the same time.
And they're like, oh, hey.
Sigh.
You seem better.
God,
he's
so
laughing
annoying.
in the bathroom.
Yeah, you didn't hear him?
The best. He's laughing maniacally in the bathroom.
Yeah, he was laughing in the. Yep. The conductor you're not going to say anything about this?
He's like, okay.
Yeah.
We're going to go now.
Yeah.
Sir, you've been in there talking to yourself. Are you okay?
That would have been good if we saw that.
sometimes you gotta coax it out, you know? Like, you just
talk it through.
gotta,
Yeah,
gotta encourage.
that's how I talk myself through the bathroom experience.
TMI. Okay.
I talk about how I'm gonna find the Guardian and collect all
Yeah, it's a
There's
euphemism,
more
yeah.
information this time. Doing research in here.
Maybe, I guess. Okay. Master Fu and Marianne meet finally. He says he didn't come because he thought he'd be a danger to anyone he's close to while he's in charge of the miracle box. Here's the other big parallel between Master Fu and Marinette, because the reason they don't say their identities is danger to those around them, right, et cetera, to hero stuff. So apparently it's the same thing with Master Fu and Marianne. He doesn't want to danger her. And Hawkmoth knows Marianne knows Master Fu now, so they can't be together until he's defeated, and she's going into hiding. And we get the thing again of Fu wants to say his feelings for her, but she says save it when she gets back. He's 186. That's a lot of...
Yeah,
I don't know how much time he's got left.
Here.
Pushing it, but I guess maybe they know that they're immortal because they have magic brooches, in which case then sure, save it for later, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Was it the right time for Marinette, says Tiki, and then we get the scene at the end of Adrian giving Marinette the medication that he got in London for her.
The girls pestering her, I was like, oh god.
Yep. I was also curious what type of medication it was. So.
It is constipation capsules.
Okay, look.
Episode.
If you know anything about constipation, if he's farting, he's fine. So.
Well, I don't know if they were was it to help stop it, or was it to cause constipation? Because he was having the opposite problem.
Oh, that's.
I have no idea.
Okay, no, stop.
I'm not a doctor.
Okay, but anyway,
more importantly,
of Adrian.
Yeah, he spent the whole weekend in London looking for it.
It was amazing.
Why did they call it the weekend? Because she literally is like, "Oh, we'll see what happens tomorrow."
Yeah.
Whatever. So the important thing is here, Marinette was afraid Adrian would spend all his time with Kagami, but Marinette goes up to her and says this is really important. Adrian spends all his time for her because he's in love with her, right?
Obviously.
Yeah.
And Rose is the only one that sees it. She says, what a beautiful display of pure love.
That's right. Find you a man or woman who will get you constipation capsules.
Yes.
Moral
there
of
you
the
go.
story.
That's the write that into your next Adrianette fic.
Also, It's so funny. It's like, Marinette, can you calm down? He's not going to fall in love with anybody else because you don't know this, but he's just in love with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
They're so annoying.
We love them. They're so annoying. Okay, Delaney, any other thoughts on back order here?
I really enjoyed it. It was, even though it stressed me out so much, but I really enjoyed it.
No. April?
I also really enjoyed it. There was also a brief scene with a dumpster, so just wanted to
yes.
out too.
Wait. Why'd you say?
Yeah,
that
they make it
again?
explode on her.
Yeah.
Wait. Walk me through. When was this? I don't remember.
It's
they're fighting.
They're fighting. They're fighting in the park, and they make her tap the dumpster.
Yeah. Okay.
And then it explodes on her.
Okay.
So.
And then they disappear.
Yeah.
I thought we moved all the dumpsters to space.
No. Not that lone dumpster. He did not make it to space.
Is that the only dumpster in Paris now? Because
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't think it's quite a dumpster. It's a trash can. So they sent dumpsters, but not trash cans into space.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I think it's just basically just trash can. I like that we have to point out every dumpster-like apparatus now in the show. I think that is true.
They're all in space.
They are all, they're on. Okay, that's why Paris is pristine in this show. All the dumpsters are in space because of the brilliant plan of Mayor Bourgeoisie. So there you go.
Thank you, Mayor Bourgeoisie.
Thank you. Re-elect him. Okay. Back order reverser, similar names. So we had to talk about it for a little bit. I think this episode's fantastic. I'll say it's the best one. I'll say right there with Sandboy, but I'll say it's the one of the best, if not the best Ladybug.
I really did enjoy it a lot.
So very good stuff from season 3 so far, and we got Stormy Weather 2 coming up on Thursday,
which is either going to be the best episode ever or terrible.
I feel like it could be in the middle.
I don't know. It's Stormy Weather 2. It's either going to live up to the hype or it's not.
Is there a lot of hype for Stormy Weather? I mean,
Stormy
we liked
Weather
Stormy
was
Weather.
so good, so I feel like
it was good.
Dylan, when Stormy Weather happened, you were like flipping out the whole
It
time.
was season 1. I mean, that's all we
I
had at that
know.
point.
I don't remember
That's what
Stormy
I'm
Weather, so
saying.
now I'm
There's
gonna
a
have
lot
to
of
go
hype.
watch it.
How you don't remember? It was the
I
only good
do
episode
love
of season 1.
Aurora, so I remember her name. So at least that's good.
I
at least.
don't even remember
Listen,
that.
I'm young enough to remember season 1 and how hype it was. So it's
What do you mean
important.
you're young
that
enough to
we're
remember?
I'm just being obnoxious.
Yeah, go in preparation. Go listen back to our Stormy Weather 1 podcast with me and Delaney.
Dylan
Tell
is
us.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to. This is not a drill. I'm writing this down.
That's all of your homework.
My homework?
Listeners,
Oh.
yeah.
Because
I mean,
I
I was
didn't
talking to them.
I am excited. I really am excited though to revisit. Like, also I'm excited to like. Is that a thing we're gonna be doing? Is revisiting villains? Which, if we do that
Yeah.
in a season 3 context, it might be fun. But the only other villain I want to revisit is Lady Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be getting Lady Wi-Fi 2, but
Sad.
I think well, isn't that bad if all you get to contest, but all he doesn't know anything.
Yeah,
but,
she doesn't know anything, but
yeah. Well, she knows Nino. Oh no, she'd reveal Nino.
Oh,
that would be
yeah.
bad.
that would be bad.
Okay. So we protect all you know, Lady Wi-Fi 2, but it would be worth it. Yeah. Okay, so we'll be back for Stormy Weather 2 on Thursday night. Let us know what you thought of this episode at overlyanimated.com or in the comments at youtube.com/overlyanimated. Come talk with us about it on our Discord at overlyanimated.com/Discord and support us via Patreon at patreon.com/overlyanimated. Thanks to our current patrons, especially our patron of the podcast, Hope, aka Katara, and thanks as always to our patron executive producers, John Ryan, Steve, Alex, and Hugh. More Ladybug coming up, also a bunch of other stuff at overlyanimated.com, including Dragon Prince Season 2 this weekend. Check all that out.
I need to watch that.
Did you watch Season 1?
No, I need to watch
Okay, so you need to do that first. Okay, should do that first.
Please do that first.
Okay, there you go. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.